I'm going to hand over to my colleague now, and she's going to give the last case study, and that's looking at odour pollution and how we've used citizen science in relation to looking at odour in communities.
Hi, everyone. Maria here. So with odors, it happens exactly the same as with air and noise, as Louise has been explaining earlier. There are different traditional methods to measure odor pollution, such as dynamic olfactometry, artificial olfactions or electronic noses, or dispersion modeling. We have actually collected.
Sorry to interrupt, Maria. Would you be able to turn up the volume a little bit? Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, sorry.
If that's possible.
Can you hear me?
It's a bit better.
Closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah. So we've been collecting all these methods in the Odour Observatory if you want to have a look, because odor pollution and odor pollution management is a fairly new topic, at least it's been for us. But what those methods share in common is that they are very expensive to deploy, and they do not give information about the odor nuisance that people are suffering. So this is a limitation that they all share. What then the DNosis project is trying to use is the citizen science aspect of it and engage in all the stakeholders to better understand how odor pollution issues are in a given location. We're using citizen science very simply because people's noses are the best sensor to measure odor nuisance, and because we've got the Odor Collect app, which is a free app which allows people to record real-time odor observations. So I'm going to show you the example of the Barcelona pilot, which is happening in Spain in the forum named in the area named the Forum. And we've chosen this pilot for different reasons. The first reason is that it has been historically affected by odors. And here you can see a poster, I don't know if you can see on the right hand side, which changes the O for an E. So changing the word forum for ferum, which in Catalan means bad smell. And this is a poster from 2004. So this is an area with a high concentration of industrial activities. There's a wastewater treatment plant, there's waste treatment plant, there's a recycling plant. So it's a quite complex in relation of urban industrial activities. And also is an area where disadvantaged neighborhoods are next to newly renewed and very expensive areas. So this gives us the opportunity, or gave our partners the opportunity, to deploy different engagement and participatory strategies to be really inclusive and real, and of the different realities that people live in. And you can see a picture on the left-hand side of the local radio station that our colleagues went to inform about the project. They also attended different festivals or created a WhatsApp group for those who basically use that as a way to communicate. And in this pilot, there was this strategy, two-phase strategy. There was a beta pilot, which ran for 2 months to test the whole methodology, from defining the area to collecting the data, analyzing the data, and maybe, designing some actions. That happened for 2 months. And then there was a whole pilot for a data collection phase for 12 months. So far, about 95 people have been directly engaged using Odor Collect to report odor observations in the area, but over 430 people have been participating in the engagement activities. So far, we got 596 odor observations, and if we go to look at the data that's been reported, and we pick the type of odors reported throughout this period of 12 months, we can see that 52.5%, the majority of odors reported, correspond to actually one of the main odor emitting activities or industries, which is the wastewater treatment plant, as well as the next most reported odor corresponds to the waste treatment plant, which is the second in like emitter industry, odor emitting industry. And these percentages have been similar throughout the 12 months. So this kind of gives an idea of how consistent the data collection by the citizen scientists has been. And more importantly, the results are very similar to those obtained with traditional odor studies. In this project, we don't have results yet because it's a fairly new project, and there is like the next steps that we wanted to take is to bring together or to analyze which were the activities that the industries were doing that was causing the nuisance in the communities, so we can understand better and maybe identify if there was maybe a bad practice or if there's something that can be done to improve the situation.